Gays for Palestinians. Palestine, not so much for the gays. One of the strangest things I've seen since October 7th is how many LGBTQ plus organizations, activists, and journalists have rushed to show solidarity with the Palestinian cause. It's surprising because Palestine is really, really not supportive of LGBTQ people. There are a few interesting angles here. What Palestinians actually think about gays and lesbians, specific examples of gay activists who claim to support Palestinians, and the connection between LGBTQ rights, human rights in general, and the idea of pinkwashing. But let's start with what Palestinians think about gays in their own words.
شعبنا الفلسطيني المسلم لا يرضى أن يكون لوطيا واحد يجاهر بفاحشته. هل ترضون أن يكون على أرض القدس وفلسطين لوطيا واحد؟ هل ترضون؟ لكل مظاهر المثلية والشذوذ والتي هي اللواط الذي أهلك الله مجرميه بالعذاب الشديد، ونؤكد رفضنا القاطع لوجود المؤسسات التي تدعو إلى الشذوذ والإباحية، ونطالب بإغلاقها فوراً، فهذه وأمثالها من معوقات النصر، وهي سبب في نزول غضب الله علينا جميعاً.
ماذا يريد من هذا المجتمع الذي فيه الثقافة الإسلامية والذي ينظر إلى الشذوذ أنه لواط وسحاق وأن عقوبته القتل؟ يريدون أن نحترم ذلك وأن نتقبله، أي أن ننسلخ من ديننا.
And if you think these are just religious leaders, you are wrong. Every poll conducted among Palestinians show that between 90 to 95% are against recognizing homosexuality. And we're not talking about gay marriage or gender identity. We're talking about being gay and not being in prison or hanging from a tree. And when Palestinians on the street are asked what they think, the answers are the same.
LGBT support Palestine during the war. Do you see them as your allies?
ليش؟
تعرف شذت؟
I don't know. Just forget about it. I don't want to answer.
Okay, LGBT support Palestine during the war. Do you see them as your allies?
Gays, right?
No.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Would you be willing to support their rights? They support Palestinian rights. Would you support their rights?
No.
No? Why
Because
not?
our religion said it's not an idea to be a gay or lesbian.
جماعة في العالم اسمها بتدعم المثليين في فلسطين، شو رأيك فيهم؟ الظرف التام. He against that totally. Why ليش؟ Why don't you need the support? He said our society is against that in general.
Being gay, just being gay, the idea.
Being gay is unacceptable. Very unacceptable. We don't like that and we are against it. Why? Even our children to learn it from them.
People often say that I have access to all these materials because I'm a Mossad agent. Guys, the fact that I'm a low-level Mossad agent working undercover as a tour guide has nothing to do with the videos I'll show you. You can see them too. Most of what I'll show comes from 3 channels: Memory, Palestinian Media Watch, and the US Project. All 3 do amazing work because they do the simplest thing. They show you exactly what Palestinians say in their own words. So simple, so powerful. That's why it is so strange to see gay organizations and gay journalists standing with the Palestinians. Because free Palestine and from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free means another Muslim state where, in the best case scenario, gays get thrown in jail. Globalize the Intifada means, first and foremost, terror attacks against gay clubs and pride parades, and then criminalizing homosexuality all over the world. Now, I'm very much against identity politics. In my view, it is just another kind of racism, judging people based on their identity instead of their character and ability. You should get the job because you are good at it, not because you are a woman or the color of your skin. And just because someone is gay doesn't mean they have to think a certain way. But there is a limit. If you saw Jews protesting in support of Hitler, you would say, they're idiots. If you saw black people working to open new Ku Klux Klan branches, you would say they are out of their minds. If you saw chickens cheering in support of KFC, you would probably say those chickens have a death wish. And gays, lesbians, and queers for Palestine, you could do better. I don't like leaving things vague, so let's give some examples. This is Owen Jones, a gay journalist. He has 1 million followers on Twitter. He writes about himself. Socialist, anti-fascists, write in various places, geriatric millennial, he, him, and the rainbow flag. And on his YouTube channel, he writes, "This is my independent channel, unaffiliated to any media organization, in which I try to challenge and expose injustices, give a platform to the unheard, and offer alternative to a broken system." Not as dry as it sounds, hopefully. First of all, that doesn't sound dry. It sounds fake. Your whole channel, every video on it is anti-Israel. Instead of that pompous description, you could have just written, "I hate Israel." Short, clear, and accurate. If you really supported the voiceless, this week you would have spoken about the jihadist massacre of Druze in Syria. Or if you are looking for a truly voiceless people, you could have taken the Kurds as an example, or the Zoroastrians, or the Christians in the Middle East. And I will also say the title of this video isn't fully accurate, because people like Owen aren't actually for the Palestinians. They are just against Israel. How can I say that? Because he never said a word about Assad's massacre of Palestinians in Syria. And he is completely silent when it comes to the one place where Palestinians actually live under apartheid, Lebanon. Just understand how insane it is. Descendants of those who fled from mandatory Palestine to Lebanon in 1948 can't buy land. They can't become lawyers or doctors. Over 30 professions are closed to them in Lebanon. But of course, Owen Jones won't talk about that because he's obsessed with being anti-Israel. It's funny, or more accurate, interesting, that these far-left anti-fascists hate Israel just like the fascists far-right. By the way, he has a pride flag in his profile, but not one word about gay rights in the Muslim world, the Arab world, or in Palestinian society. Now, the other side will accuse me of pinkwashing. For anyone unfamiliar with the term, I looked up how the other side, Jewish Voice for Palestine, defines it. Pinkwashing refers to when a state or organization appeals to LGBTQ plus rights in order to deflect attention from its harmful practices. Decolonizing Palestine, pinkwashing. I will get to that in a second, but first, I tried reading what the other side writes. I thought maybe they would challenge me. Maybe they would show a poll where most Palestinians support a pride parade in Gaza. But they didn't challenge me. They just exhausted me. If you have trouble falling asleep at night, just open a neo-Marxist post-colonial article about modern queer theory. Here is the first sentence in an article about pinkwashing. Just the first sentence. While pinkwashing does, quite frankly, operates as a propaganda or public relations strategy, a deeper understanding of how it functions regarding Palestine and Palestinians reveals that pinkwashing is also the inevitable manifestation of the intrinsically homophobic and orientalist nature of Zionism, which itself is a manifestation of European colonial thought. It is like they invented their own language. They made up terminology, fell in love with their long words, and lost all connection to reality. I can't believe I am saying this, but I suddenly have more respect for the Islamists. At least they are clear. We hate gays. Death to America. Spain will be Muslim. We will conquer the Vatican. Death to Israel and the Jews. Simple and straightforward. About the pinkwashing thing, in a way, I am doing it, but not in the way they mean. I'm not saying, look, there is an awesome pride parade in Tel Aviv, so now we are allowed to commit genocide. I'm saying, If Israel has tolerance for the LGBTQ community, it says something about Israeli society. And if in Israel it is illegal to beat your wife, and among the Palestinians it is allowed, I made a whole video about that, I will link it below, that says something about Israeli society, and it says something about Palestinian society. If Palestinians teach their kids to love death, and Israelis teach their kids to love life, that says something about a society. The left think in terms of oppressor and oppressed. I think in moral terms, good and evil. And I know that a society that celebrates life is good, and a society that glorifies death and hatred towards minorities is bad. Or, to put it in the context of this video, Israeli society, a society that doesn't oppress, jail, or kill gays, is better, more just, and more moral than a society that does, like Palestinian society. If that's what you call pinkwashing, then fine, I will take the blame. If Owen Jones and his friends hated Israel just a little less and cared about gay rights just a little more, they would recognize this simple truth too. If you are still not sure which society is on the right side of history, subscribe, because my next video is about the children of Gaza, the side you don't get to see in the news. As always, I want to thank my supporters and the people of Wisconsin. You keep me going. Share this video with your friends, male, female, non-binary. See you in the next one. Yalla bye.